YouTube, what is up? So, I was on Amazon the other day during their Prime Day deals and I picked up this Aulumu A17 Vegan Leather Case for my iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, this case has got pretty much everything that you could want. It's got the magnetic ring, so it's MagSafe compatible. It's got the covered camera capacitive button, all the way around protection. Nice, protection for your camera. However, this is not the vegan leather case you're looking for. What? Let's get into it. So here we got the Aulumu A17 Vegan Leather Case. It's a nice case. It's got all the way around protection. Here on the inside, you've got your magnetic ring, designed by Aulumu. Oh, you don't want to forget, it comes included with a little protective condom.
What does that mean?
For the inside to help, I guess because this is metal, to help protect your phone. Why they don't just adhere it to there, I don't know, unless it's a weight thing. We'll get into that later. But looking over at this other Aulumu case that I got, it's got the little rubber sock for it as well. And then also too, it's got a little raise here on both cases. This comes up above everything, I believe. It's maybe the rubber sock goes flush with it. I'm not sure if they're just raising this part up so it meets the buttons better for use. I'm not sure. But this case, I got this, I don't know, a couple of months back. Had it for a couple of days, tried it for a couple of days, and just couldn't recommend it. And again with this one, I got, well, there goes my condom.
Aha!
Got this for had this on for, I don't know, a day and a half, 2 days. And I just, I want to like Aulumu. I like the design, I like the looks. But there's more to a case than just the looks. Now, if I was going to recommend a vegan leather case, this MOFT is, to me, it's a lot better. This also comes in black. These are both $50 retail on Amazon, so they're the exact same price. Some of the differences, this doesn't have the metal, so it doesn't look as cool. This is more of a plain Jane. It's got metal buttons and the covered camera button all the way around protection, and it's also got the magnet on the inside. It's got a little recessed space down here. I didn't notice any problem with the fit. Let's go ahead and let's weigh these cases. Okay, weighing the cases, we know that the Aulumu is going to weigh just a little bit more at 44 grams because it's got the metal plateau and all the cool little designs. Like I said, I like the design of a Aulumu case. They look fabulous, but there's just too many other different things that we're going over here. So 44, there's a little sock add. 46, adds an extra 2 grams. I wouldn't recommend not running around with the little protection silicone thingy, because I don't know, they put this there for a reason, fear of scratching up your iPhones. And then here, you've got 38 grams. So you're looking at a difference of 7 grams, which in the grand scheme of things, isn't the difference between, too heavy, not too heavy or anything. But just remember, every little bit counts. Let's go ahead and pop on the A17 Aulumu leather case, vegan leather case here. I do have the little rubber sock on there. I don't know why they don't just adhere it on there unless they're worried about weight.
You said it was a good size.
Popping it in here, get it all in there. It pops in there nice and secure. And there is a good look at it. Like I said, this case is a great looking case. I love what they've done with the camera stuff. Even the little extra weight, I wouldn't mind. But it doesn't even feel like leather. It feels like plastic. It's a little soft. To me, the feel of it, it's not as soft as the MOFT case. It's minute, it's a little bit heavier. The vegan leather feels not so great. The feel in the hands, yeah. Now, Mind you, this is the 17 Pro Max. It's a big phone.
Well?
It's a little bit bigger. It's a little wider, a little thicker. So I've got my little measuring tool here. And let's go ahead and measure out the width here. When you're holding it in your hands, it's at 82. And then here along the sides, what are we looking at here? This is 12.7. That even grabs a little bit. I'm trying to lightly. Yeah, we'll go with 12.7. Let's pop it off here. It's in there nice and secure, for sure. And let's measure it up against the MOFT here. What are we looking at? Set to 0. 81.9, so that was what, 0.2 difference there. And what across here? 12.4. See, well, that was 12.7, 12.4. So those points, especially around the grip, it makes a difference. For me anyways. I don't have the biggest hands.
So?
Now that I got the case back on, let's go ahead and let's check out the rest. The volume up and down works well. Action button also works well. Sleep to wake works well. How do they sound? Good and clicky. The MOFT is also clicky. So they're about even there. Now, what about that camera control? Got my little BB Yoda here. What are we looking at? You know, it's smooth. And I believe the MOFT also was a pretty decent capacitive button. Double clicks work good here. And you can swipe back and forth, back into the zoom, take your picture. The camera button works great. What about the fit? It comes out a little bit here, but it snaps right back, nice and stiff along the sides here. When you come to the buttons, it comes out a little, but pops right back in there. And down below, oh, that's nice. That's good and in there. And up top also. I think the fit on it's a little bit tighter, more molded into your phone than the MOFT, just by a little bit, I think, on the top and the bottom. And it's also a little bit more slippery to me. I don't feel secure. It feels bulky. It feels slippery, heavy. I think all of those little, a couple of grams here, a millimeter here and there, it's too much.
That's all you had to say.
So let's go ahead and check out the screen protection here. It does have really good screen protection, and the camera protection, of course, I mean, that's nice, solid, deep metal, awesome looking camera protection. People will, if they notice this case, if they see your case, they're gonna be like, wow, that's a cool case. So when you go to set your phone down, you should be good on both ends.
What the?
So, how about those magnets? So I got my magnet paper here, and yes, that's a nice, solid looking magnet. A little bunch up right through there, but this has a nice, looks like a nice clean dewdrop, a little faded on the one. However, we gotta check and see if it charges and do a little shake test. So I have my 160 gram weighted portable charger here, popping it on the Aulumu. And it charges. Let's take a look at that dewdrop. No resistance. None whatsoever. Just real quick on the MOFT. I was gonna say, I remember it having some really good resistance.
You with the resistance? What?
And I think that has to do with the vegan leather that MOFT uses or produces or whatever it is that they do. The voodoo that they do on here. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a little bit of resistance, and I think it's more of the material than anything. So, well, I don't know, quick shake test. Medium, hard, Hard shakeage on the MOFT. Okay, moving on. Back to the Aulumu. Make sure that's all in there. Nice. Popping this back on here. So pop on the 160 gram weighted charger, and let's give it a little shake, a little medium, hard shakeage, but the MOFT was a little bit stronger, but not by much. So as far as magnets go, I'll give it a, well, no, the MOFT a little bit better on magnet strength. But let's check out the Aulumu with a magnetic wallet. So I've got my Andar kickback wallet here, popping it on there. What are we looking at? Yeah, I mean, not much there. But, you know, shaking it, you know, trying to push it off. Yeah, it's on there. You know, probably not as secure as the MOFT, but, you know, if you do have a magnetic wallet, you should be good. So in conclusion, ladies and jelly spoons, I would say MOFT over the Aulumu. I mean, like I said, it looks cool. It's just, for me, just the two little things, it just feels that little bit heavier combined with the girth of it all and the wraparound of the fingers and everything like that. This just, to me, just seems better. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put links in the description for both if you're interested in either one. But like I said, this does come in black. It's got multiple different colors if you wanna check it out. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Peace and love.